All right, everyone.
We are.
Welcome back.
Dang it. I was going to say, we're fresh off of a twerk out class.
Twerk and tone.
Twerk and tone,
Twerk
baby.
and tone. Welcome back to the Conscious Cowboys, Madison and Tess.
And we live.
Just forget your name.
You're like, when did you get here?
Yeah, exactly. Who are you?
I don't know. So we live here in San Diego, and we have been trying to get out of our kind of like day-to-day bubble of the places we frequent, and we're really pushing ourselves out into the community more. And something that I have always loved is dancing. And I never thought I'd see the day where I could get Madison to come to a dance class with me. Not because you're not a good dancer, not because, you know, you're too in your own way, but just like, I just never saw it for her.
It's not for me. Usually it's not for me. So I think when we were talking about how we kind of want to be doing more unstructured movement, you know, I've got yoga, we're working on other modalities, and we were just like, what about dance? Tess looks into it, finds a place, and we're going to share the experience.
I looked up the Instagram before we went, and I was like, oh my God, are we capable of this?
And I didn't look at the Instagram because I don't like to do that.
It's a very good thing that you did not look at the Instagram, because I think that you would have.
I would have been like,
mission.
no, that's why I don't look at things sometimes, because I'm just like, you know what? And that's similar to my Half Dome story. Is like, I knew what I was up against, but I wasn't really looking in-depth videos because I just thought, I'm just going to show up and do it and see how I feel.
Yeah. So I knew what we were about to get into. I knew that we had to wear knee pads. I knew that we were going to be on the floor, absolutely grinding it out.
You're actually humping the floor.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are humping the floor.
Totally. And I thought that that would feel really awkward in a group setting. I thought that this was going to be like unbearable for us. And it was honestly the opposite. I think that that was the most fun I've had moving my body in a long time.
Yes.
I thought, what a great bonding experience for us.
Totally. As if we need any more bonding experiences. But I think the experience was great. It kind of was exactly what I expected it to be, but I felt different than I thought I would feel.
How did you feel during it?
Well, I think it felt like very freeing because the room's dark. There's like red lights on, which being in the back of the class, which we were in the back of the class, but it's like a small room. So you're like kind of still in the front. The lights were blinding.
Yeah.
Were they not? Every time I turned over, I was like, we can't be here next time. We'll be at the front. No, we won't.
Are you sure about that? I think we will.
I mean, maybe. I'm not like opposed because it's just like whatever at this point, but it just felt like very freeing. And I just like, there were times where I would just laugh because I was like, this is so ridiculous.
We were shaking our asses.
Yeah. And I'm laughing because I can't shake my ass.
That's not true.
I just can't like physically shake it. Like, I feel like, you know, like that. Like, I can move my hips like the best of them. I can really move those things. But like, you know, like
getting your butt cheeks to move.
Yeah, I can't do that. Like, I can't make them clap. There's just, I mean, maybe I could, but I really need someone to give me individual attention.
Yeah, I think it just needs practice.
Yeah, I'll practice.
Anyways, you followed choreography amazingly. I had so much fun. I looked over, I was like, dude, she's killing it right now. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you obviously crushed it, but I was just like, this is good.
When we first walked in the room, we had our knee pads around our ankles. You know, we were like one of the first people in. And what did you say? Let's wipe the floor.
Yeah, I think I did say something.
And I was like, that is the spirit that I need right now. Let's wipe the fucking floor.
Yeah, that's right.
And we did. And they played the best music. It was exactly what you would want for a twerk and tone.
The instructor was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the instructor was awesome. She fucking gets it.
Yeah, and she's so welcoming and fun. And so all of this to say, if you feel called to go do something that is completely outside of your normal routine, out of your comfort zone even, you should go try it, because honestly, you're gonna probably have a stomach ache on the way there.
Yes, we talked on the phone and we wanted to bail out so hard. We're like, you know what? It wasn't that big of a buy-in. Who cares? But obviously we'd be so mad at ourselves. Like this was such a good challenge for us.
Yeah. And then you get there and your stomach ache goes away.
Yeah.
And you realize it was just a little anxiety.
But you're kind of in fight or flight. Like,
yeah,
honestly, you walk in and you're like, oh my God, what's
here
going
we are.
on? Okay, we're already here. Can't back out now.
Yeah. But it was so worth it. And I would happily go back.
Yes.
And if anything, this serves for me more incentive to go try other things that I have thought that would be fun to do, but like never really thought that I would go do it.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll always go back to, at least we have ourselves in that situation. So it's like we know we're capable. Even if it was just the worst thing to ever experience, I'm like, well, at least we've got ourselves because we can make it through. Yeah. And I was telling my dad before we were going to the dance class, and he's just laughing his ass off at this. And I literally lost my train of thought just now. What was I going to say?
What were you telling your dad?
I was just like, thanks. I was just like, no matter how nervous or embarrassed I feel, you just have to go in and be the best you can be in that class for the next 50 minutes. Like, just show up and be like, no one here knows me. Just do it. Who cares?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love testing myself in that way of like, how can I just like be a part of this right now? Just forget even who I am or what I thought it was going to be or anything. How can I just right here?
Yeah, like
do it.
Exactly. And I think also like releasing who I was before I walked into this room. Like no one knows that I haven't done a class like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
That's right. You could be a choreographer for hip hop music videos.
Yeah.
They don't know who you are.
We could have been doing hip hop dance since we were like 5 years old.
That's right.
Know. Yeah.
So
next time we'll walk in like we really got it. Kinda.
I think we're going next week, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I just think we had a lot of fun, but that would require our bruises on our knees to go away. Madison specifically.
Oh my gosh. I have weak little knees. We don't even need to make a joke about that, but apparently I do. They're banged up. In yoga today, I was like, this hurts me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got home and got in the shower, my kneecaps were burning. Like the skin was raw, like when you get, I don't know, like a rug burn and you get in the shower and you're like, oh my God, they're on fire. That's what my kneecaps were like.
Yeah. It's so gnarly.
But it was worth it.
That's because we wiped the floor.
That's what we
wiped it.
We wiped the floor with our knees. Something we were talking about last week, we were on a walk and I think we were talking about just dating in general.
Yes.
But it applies to like more life experience too.
Yes.
I would use if you're a longtime listener, you know that I'm very visual in how I like think about concepts or life and how to navigate it. And I brought up this idea of like the fact that we need to have a cheesecloth with us. And not that we need to be a cheesecloth, but we need to envision that there's like a cheesecloth over us. And if you don't know what a cheesecloth is, it's something you'd use in the kitchen and you would put like when you're making cheese or anything that requires like drainage
if
through.
You were ever vegan, you know what a cheesecloth is. How many times did I use my Vitamix to juice some vegetables or some bullshit and put the cheesecloth on top of a bowl, strain it.
I used to make my own celery juice.
Oh yeah, all up in that shit.
Squeeze it out. So only the finest of particles gets through the cheesecloth, and what's left is like the pulp, right? And we want the cheesecloth because we only want the finest trickling through.
Oh, absolutely. The finest of particles.
The finest.
Yes.
But that's not to say that cheesecloths are always super sturdy. Say hi to Rosie.
I'm dog sitting again.
Rosie.
The best dog in the whole world, actually.
Okay, but the cheesecloth, if you ever use one, they're pretty thin. And sometimes they rip. And
sometimes
it just is what it is.
Bullshit gets through. And we learn from
You get
that.
The pulp and you're like, what the fuck?
Like, not my favorite flavor. For a little bit, I liked it. Now, I don't like it that much. And I've realized I need to double the cheesecloth. I just need that extra little filter. Great. I can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you are someone right now who needs to re-strain through a cheesecloth, think about it. Do you need to take your cup full of juice and put it back through and make sure that no pulp is lingering? Maybe.
And if you're not getting where we're going with this, the pulp is the guy, the man, the men. that aren't necessarily
serving your highest good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I am having to employ a cheesecloth, and it's not that bad on the other side. No. I'll let you know next week. I don't know, but yeah, it's good. But we liked it. I was like, dude, we were riffing off each other on the walk. We're just like, dude, the cheesecloth theory.
The cheesecloth theory.
That is.
You got to run it through. You've got to squeeze it a little bit and figure out, is this worth it?
Yes, it's a trial and error.
Is this good? Or do we still need to filter some shit out of here?
Yeah, exactly.
I think we need to filter still.
Yeah, I think we do need to filter. We all know it. Everyone around you knows that we should filter.
Everyone's like, did you grab the cheesecloth from the store? And she's like, forgot it this time. And
yeah,
you're like,
I'm like, no, I did, but there's like a few holes in it that I'm still patching up.
Oh,
if you know
got
what
it, got it. Yeah.
I just had to see the holes are still there. They're patching up right now. It's you live and learn.
Dude, I've been through some cheesecloths myself. So
yeah, that's true. That's good.
And I think that's part of life is like you collect them. You collect your little cheesecloths.
I'm better for it. Yeah, you are too.
Totally.
Yeah.
And really appreciative.
Oh, yeah.
Once you feel like, it's running clear.
It is running clear. The celery juice tastes great.
It's not getting stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what you want. You don't want anything lingering.
No, you really do
Get the
not.
clumps out. Goodbye.
See you later. See you never.
Scooch on.
Yeah, move along.
Sayonara.
Yeah. Ciao, ciao.
I was like, what other one are we going to come up with right now?
All right.
Oh, okay. I've got a really fun story for you guys.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't know Madison, thank you for making sure. Yeah. She gets embarrassed pretty easily. And we love that about her. And by we, I mean my husband, Philip, and I. And if you know her and love her, then you love that about her too. And it's really easy to push that button.
Yeah.
And seeing the cheeks get really red and just watching her navigate that embarrassment it's really fun.
And boy, does it just feel so good to feel that. But I do appreciate the shedding of layers. One day, maybe I'll still get embarrassed, but I'll be like, dude, what's up? Okay. I'm a good sport.
You are an amazing sport. And this is exactly, let me tell the story. Ready?
Okay.
So the other morning I'm leaving work and Madison lets me know that she's at a local coffee shop. And I know this coffee shop and I know Madison. There's a big outdoor seating area and Madison loves to sit outside. So I'm like, are you by chance sitting? Like, she's like, it's such a nice day. I'm like, are you sitting outside? And she's like, I sure am. And I'm like, do you have a view of the 101, the street that runs alongside the coffee shop? And she's like, I sure do. And I was like, great. And she's like, am I going to see you? And I was like, oh, you will certainly see me. She doesn't read into that. And she knows better. Like, she knows me. You should have been like, something's going to happen.
I mean, I thought something was going to happen, but to the extent at which it happened, I didn't think it was going to be that. I was just like, I'm going to see her. She's going to be like twerking out her window or something. Silently, like I would just happen to see your car drive by and I'd be like, oh my God, there's my sister. Yeah.
No, I made sure that everybody at the coffee shop saw me and also would see Madison too. So what's the easiest way to get Madison embarrassed is to like single her out and get attention on her naturally.
Yeah.
So I drive by, window down. I have my hand out the window, waving as hard and as big as I can. And I'm like, Madison, the Conscious Cowboys. So everybody out there, there's like at least 30 people, all glance at me.
And okay, not only is her whole half of her body outside and she's waving, honking, Madison at the Conscious Cowboys, she's honking her horn.
Oh, yes, honking.
Yes, that's how it started, was the honking of the horn. And so it got my attention. I'm like, there's no way I know this person. And I look over and it's Tess. And yes, like she said, everyone turns to me. And then someone goes, are you Madison? And I go, I'm indeed Madison. And then another guy's like, I like how we all knew that she was Madison. I'm like, yeah, how did everyone know that I'm Madison? Like, it was crazy. Like, I was sitting in the back of like the sitting area, and everyone just happened to look back. And I was like, wow.
You are clearly her. Yeah.
I am her.
So as I'm driving by, I'm having the best laugh ever. And I call Philip because I'm like, he's the first person I want to tell because he will enjoy this as much as I. So I call him and he's like, you know what's so crazy is I'm actually 4 minutes away from that coffee shop right now. I want to do it too. And I'm like, well, hold on. If you're going to do it, I need to turn my ass around and go there so I can get it on camera, but I don't want her to see me. So Philip parks at a local gas station while I make this huge U-turn and work my way back. And I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, okay, just stay there for a second. I'm parking my car. I'm walking down the hill. I can go in through the back of the coffee shop and I can see Madison. And she's sitting in her little spot and she can't see me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, this is going to happen right now. But then there's this couple and they're kind of walking in front of me and I'm trying to film and I look creepy as hell because I like have my camera up in front of my chest. And then I'm like, yeah, Philip, go. So I can see him in his huge work truck.
Okay, let's just say 20 minutes or so had passed by. So I had already texted Tess, like, in all caps, I'm going to kill you. Haha, love you. Completely forgot about it. I'm like reading something on my computer.
And then here comes Philip's work truck, which
honking.
Is the loudest honk I think I've ever heard. It's like not quite a semi, but it's like this old Ford and it just has a whopper on it. Yeah. And he's like, wah, wah, wah. And he's like, Madison out the window, waving. So everybody looks again and they're like, Madison, you're quite the person.
Yeah. Like, they're like, wow, Madison. Wow. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Yep. That's
I'm gonna kill them. Yeah, what is like, happening?
Oh my God. Like who else?
Luckily, no one else that day.
Yeah.
The next day we go to, or 2 days later, we go to a coffee shop, Madison and I, and we meet this guy, or he's at this table next to us, but the Wi-Fi goes down. Same coffee shop that she was at. And we're like, fuck this place, let's leave. So we walk 2 doors down. It's this nice little restaurant. We get some lunch. And this guy that we just saw at the coffee shop sits behind us. And he's like, didn't I just see you guys at that place? And we're like, yeah, but the Wi-Fi is so bad. So we start making small talk. We end up getting into like a 30 to 45 minute long conversation with this person, deep as deep gets, like right out of the gate, instant friends, really having a talk. And as he's leaving, I'm like, by the way, we do this thing where we try to embarrass Madison. And so if you could drive past and honk and yell Madison out the window, that would be awesome. And he's like, you got it. So as Madison and I are walking out, it's perfect timing. He's pulling up. He rolls his window down. He's like, oh my God, Madison.
And he's pointing at me. And I'm just like, bro, like everyone in this restaurant is now looking like I am like this local person that people scream Madison out their goddamn window now.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch her get red. And I think you're going to just get really desensitized to it.
Yeah, I think so too. And if like strangers that I don't know actually start to do it, I would love nothing more. I would be like, that's what's up at the Conscious Cowboys.
So anyways, that's the great story. I'll be sure to post them on Instagram so you guys can all have a really good laugh at it too, because it's really good. And my favorite one, like, is the first time that Philip did it, because Madison actually, as she said, had no clue that this was going to happen.
None.
20 minutes has passed. She's still working. She's just enjoying her nice, cozy morning at the coffee shop. And then
forgot the embarrassment. And then he's coming by. I'm like, there's no way. And he's slowing down past the coffee shop. So all of this is happening in slow motion. And I'm like, oh my God. And someone next to me is like, wow, you're really loved. And I'm like, dude, I know I am really loved, aren't I? And then I look over and Tess is like running towards me with the camera. And I was like, wait, what is going on? Like, you know, in those moments you don't expect to like see someone.
Yeah.
And then I knew you. And I was like, oh my God, thank God that you get to share this moment with me.
I felt so bad. She was like, I could tell that she just like wanted to get out of her body. And I was like, it's okay, to everyone. It's okay. We just like to prank each other. And I like I put Madison like on my chest and I'm like, it's okay.
I was just like, oh,
this cannot be happening.
Yeah, it was quite something. It made my whole day.
But because it only happened 20 minutes apart, though, like there hadn't really been any turnover. Like everybody got to relive that whole honking experience.
They were like, there's no way this is happening again. They're honking and yelling Madison again.
It was the hardest I've laughed in so long. And I cannot wait to share the videos.
Prank.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was very good.
So I'm glad we got you. And I can't wait to continue just spiking it out of nowhere.
Yeah, me too. And another thing on us meeting this person at the restaurant that we were at, that like Tess and I have this intention of like we want to grow roots in San Diego. And really when you put that attention and like call it out and things happen, I just have to say like more power to that. Like that, there's some magic involved in that, you know? And anyway, that same person, I was telling Tess this, is that I was journaling in, you know, in the morning like I always do. And I had asked, I was like, all right, universe, like I need to sort of, for lack of a better phrase, like get over this person. So like send me something. I would love it. Like something today to like help me just like really cement it in like enough. And then this guy that we met, Nathan, gives me advice like at the end of our conversation that was like so solid that all of us know this advice. We know it well. We've all talked about it. And I was like, that is like what I needed to release this person. Like
in the most beautiful, kind, unsolicited.
Yes, very
advice.
Unsolicited. He's like, dude, I got to tell you this like from my heart because it's like weighing on me. This. And I'm like, oh my God. I needed to hear that today.
You know what's interesting? Madison and I touched on it when we saw each other today. And it's like things that I've shared with her, things that Kelly shared with her, things that Philip has shared with her of all like this same sentiment. But hearing it from a stranger,
it just hit.
It feels like it's being sent to you from an outside source.
From above.
You're like, someone's looking out for me. They're making this person who doesn't even really know me speak these words to me so that I can actually just once and for all hear it. Because when you hear it from someone who's in your life and is, you know, in some regard in the situation, it's just
easier
like,
to be like, okay, yeah, like you love me, okay, you know, like I hear it, like I hear it, and I respect you, like taking the time to share this with me, but I just need to learn this for myself. And then you're right, it felt like this higher power was like telling me this thing. And also, I would say that since I was seeking it out, like I was ready to hear what he had to say.
Very true.
Like, stop fucking around with that person, like.
Move on.
You know, you can do better. Done. Yes. And I was
like,
I know this now. And now you're confirming it. Thank you. That
is such a true statement of like, you have to be willing to hear it. That's like when they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink.
Yes.
Like the amount of times I've tried to offer someone the advice that I know eventually they're probably going to take, but they don't take it in the moment. And it's so frustrating. And you're just like, okay,
they're
wasting my energy.
Ready for it yet. I know.
And everybody has to be ready for it. But I think it is important to plant those little seeds.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because then, you know, the 10th time it happens, the 10th time is the stranger telling me the same thing that you've told me over and over. I'm like,
got it.
All right. Crack the seal on that one. Yep. Okay. That's fucking brutal, but yeah. I understand it now. Thank you.
Wait, it's kind of on this note. I was on social media the other day and I saw this video and I thought, isn't this something at some point in time we've all needed to hear? So I wanted to share it with you, and all I'm going to do is hold the video up to the mic so you can just hear the audio. I hope this works. Ready?
Stop trying to show your ex what they missed out on. Stop trying to teach your family a lesson for not believing in you. Stop trying to shit on your haters. Do it for you. Do it because you deserve it. Do it for you. Water your dreams with love. Don't put no hate and resentment and trying to, I'm gonna fucking show them. I'm gonna show. Fuck them. Fuck them. Do it for you. They don't matter. They never matter.
Damn right. Thanks, TikTok, for that.
So that was Lil Nas, which is a musical artist, and he's in a pink cowboy hat, which I was like speaking
yes
to the collective here. And do it for you, don't do it for them. Abso-fucking-lutely. The amount of times that you've either yourself or know someone who's done it to show or prove someone else wrong.
Yes.
That is weak foundation.
It's so true because
weak.
Really, almost I'll say 10 times out of 10, it does not elicit the response that I'm wanting.
Or how about this? The bar just keeps getting moved. So it's like, okay, I thought that this proof would be like, okay, what I need to prove it. Then it doesn't get the response that you're looking for or whatever. And then you're like, well, now I got to go even further to prove myself. And then what are you even doing? You're putting on a fucking show for them.
That's so true.
For what?
It's very shaky foundation.
It is. It's like sandy.
Yes.
No.
For sure.
And when he's like, don't water your dreams with hate, water them with love, or don't water them with resentment or spite. Like, yeah, I do not want to build my future or what my life looks like rooted in that and trying to show someone. Yeah. I just want to do it because that's what I want to do. And that's what was going to work for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're so, I mean, again, yes, that is shaky foundation with like trying to please other people or prove them wrong, whatever it is. But when you're doing it for yourself, then that, like, I don't know, it causes me to just like keep raising that bar and like feeling that internal confidence and being proud of myself. That's unbreakable. Like it unwavering completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
he's like, fuck them.
Yeah. But like, it's not even about them anymore. Like if they're choosing to not be in your life or like for whatever reason, it's just not it. You trying to prove them wrong or like, look what you've missed out on or whatever the case may be. It's still about them. You think about them. The way you move through your life is somehow tied to them, even though they're not even fucking part of it.
Yeah.
They might not even see what you're doing. So what the fuck is the point?
Exactly.
You need to fucking just boom, out of sight, out of mind. Do it for you. And I was like, claps. I'm doing a golf clap right now, but like fucking
roaring claps happening. Yeah.
Everyone needs to hear this at some point or another.
Yeah, that's so true.
Do it
that's
for you.
Really good.
Because we've all been there.
Yeah.
Doing it for a little bit of like, look what you fucking slept on, you loser.
Absolutely. And there's always like is a little part of that, you know, because it's just like that is going to happen naturally. Like when you are doing it for you, it's like, yeah, that doesn't feel so good, does it?
Yeah, but if that is the general, like that can't be the intention.
The bulk of it. Yes, agreed. Oh my God, absolutely. And I think that's like that has to do also with like, or I'm connecting it in my head of like the validation thing. Like when I'm on Instagram, for example, like I always like if I'm going to post something, I'm like, well, who's this for?
Yeah.
Is it for me? Is it for that person?
Is it so that person can see?
Yeah. Is it, if it is for that person and you know that you're accepting of that, like that's the reason, you can still post that, but just beware that maybe you're not going to get the response that you want. Like that's an empty promise right there. Okay. So you either accept, what is it going to be for?
And I would also like to note here, yes, this is about like society and everybody around you, but like you've seen that happen and you don't judge that person who's doing it. But like, I feel sad for that person. I'm like, oh, whoa, you're like showing this new and improved version of yourself because you're wanting that validation, and that's okay to like need it.
Yes.
But I just feel like, you know, like, I'm sorry if my hands are cold, but like,
no, they're not bad.
No, today. You're so good. You're so good. You do not need that, but like, it feels really good, like temporarily. And so if you do need it right now, I guess, what's a fucking Instagram post, you know?
Yeah, totally. But like,
let's phase out of it, you know, let's move on.
But then it's like, how do you even know? Cause it's hard to distinguish if that's like for that person or if they're trying to like get some validation, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like, I'll be honest, whenever I post, it's for me.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you.
I know,
okay,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it just has to be.
Yeah.
That's why I, like, wait on it for so long, because I'm like, well, is it really for me? And it's like, if it's not, you're not going to post it. But, like, yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I just need this. Like, hey, world, you know? Just like, what's up?
In that voice, too.
Yeah, like, straight up. I'm like, here's me. Yeah. But, yeah, that's solid.
Do it for you.
Yeah.
And maybe this hits perfectly for you today.
Yeah, maybe you're asking for a sign and this is what you needed. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Less petty shit, you know? Just like big girl shit only.
Absolutely big girl shit. I'm on that vibe.
Totally.
Yeah. Honestly.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
We're moving on. We're getting up, getting out.
We're leveling up. Yeah, we really are. We're in the season of leveling up. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
I really do.
Things are happening. I feel the growth.
I feel like serious internal shifts.
Me
like,
too.
Big time. And it can happen from like week to week. Like Tess and I were joking before recording. I was like, dude, I was different last week. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I think that and I'm like, if I was hanging out with someone last week and then they hang out with me again in like 8 days from now, they're going to be like, dude, Madison is different. Like there's something different. I'm like, yeah, there is. Like I'm constantly just like shedding skin and shedding layers that are no longer needed for like the person I want to be. I'm like, I sometimes wonder, I'm like, do people feel that? Maybe very like tuned in people could feel it, you know?
It might just be your own internal world, like the depth at which it feels like I'm a completely different person.
Experiencing like things around me differently. So then it's like, yeah, I could see that. But yeah, it's very interesting. I'm just like, yeah, let's wipe. I don't need that anymore. Let's dust off the shelves, you know? Little spring cleaning. It's spring.
Is it the second official day of spring? When was the first day of spring? Earlier this week?
Oh, wait. Thursday. Yeah. So it's the third day of spring.
Cool. Well, happy spring.
We welcome it in. I'm just so ready.
Is there anything else you'd like to cover on today's episode?
Did you want to ask me questions or is that out?
The only question I have written is not worth asking on its own.
Oh, okay. Right. That's okay.
So
Fair.
I'm going to keep building the list. I have this segment that I'm growing in my head. It's called Random Questions for the Podcast.
Perfect.
It's riveting. I know.
I like it.
But like anytime I see something or hear something or feel something, I write it down. Well, not anytime, but like something that I'm like, I want to know Madison's opinion on this. And the first one I have, it's like very minor shit. But I was like scrolling on something. I was like, I wonder what Madison, like if she read this, what she would think. And then I just kept scrolling.
Oh yeah, I like that. I will also add to that Random Questions for the Podcast.
Okay.
That's a good little segment.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap it up, Cheesecloth Theory, Do It For You, Embarrassing Madison, and let's fucking
Keep
crush
growing.
spring season. Yeah, like let's get it.
It's not easy to grow, but it's fucking worth it. And then the person you become on the other side of it is just way better.
Yeah, I often think about that like in the face of challenges too. I'm just like, I know this is so painful and this really is stinging or this is hurting my heart, but we will be better after this because we'll make it so. Like you do have to put in the work. It's not like things happen to you and then it's like, I'm better now. It's like extract the lessons, see how you can clean some things up, take lessons from that and just go forward. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really awesome part of life, I think. So let's continue.
Cheers.
Yeah. A lot of people don't do it. We should give ourselves credit for that.
I know. That's true.
Yeah.
But the people who are listening right now, they do it.
That's right. And if
or they want to do it.
Yeah. And if you
or they think about doing it.
Yeah. Let's try and create that practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Amazing.
Anything you want to say as a sign off?
I don't think so. Thank you for listening.
Talk to you fuckers later.
Yeah, right.
Next
Talk
week.
To you so soon.
We've got tons of great recent episodes. We got feedback recently that since we came back from our hiatus, which was, I don't remember even how long that was, like September to
2-ish months.
Yeah.
2.5, 3.
When we got back, it was just like fire's back on. Okay. So
such a good compliment.
Play around. Find some episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to some. Nice and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you. I was like,
talk soon.
Oh no, we're doing it again where we ramble at the end.
Yeah,
Bye.
I know, it's really hard. We're just like, we don't want to hang up.
No, you hang up first.
Exactly.
I will. Bye.
Okay. Talk soon.